He kōna ipurangi tēnei nā te reo irirangi o Aotearoa.
Kia ora and welcome along to the Music 101 interview podcast. I'm Charlotte Ryan, and last week on Music 101, New Zealand musician Anna Coddington joined me in studio to talk about her brand new bilingual album, Te Whakamiha, which was released for Matariki. Anna Coddington, she has to be one of our most acclaimed singer-songwriters here in Aotearoa. As a solo artist, her songs have gathered over 2 million Spotify streams. Every album for Anna, I reckon, is like an evolution in her sound, a reflection of where she's been at in her life and also where she wants to go, which is quite perfect for Matariki. This album, Te Whakamiha, is a celebration. Anna calls it Māori funk. And as you listen to this music, you'll hear that it's so uplifting and fun. But as Anna will talk about during the interview, it has been a really difficult couple of years putting this album together. She sadly lost her house in the Auckland floods, which were hugely traumatic. And she's been suffering long COVID, which of course has affected her breathing, which has meant that she's not been able to sing or tour. But she's done it, she's released it, she's celebrating in style. Here I am speaking to Anna Coddington about Te Whakamiha.
Tēnā koe, thank you, and it's so nice to see you again.
Happy Matariki. Do we say Happy Matariki?
You can say Happy Matariki, you can say Mānawatia a Matariki. Mānawatia a Matariki, that's sort of the phrase that's been touted as the Matariki greeting, I think, yeah.
Matariki, this weekend, it's a very important time in the Māori calendar. Did you decide purposely to release your album this weekend?
We did, yes, because I think it is a time of celebration, and getting this album out for me is a celebration because I've been working on it for a long time, you know, with various obstacles in my path that I've had to work around and fit it in. And so, yeah, it felt like an appropriate time to do it. My approach generally to working in music now is to work with people I trust and just let them do their job without trying to micromanage everything. I think because I started as an independent artist with my own label, releasing stuff myself, you know, I was really over all of the detail and, you know, a bit control freaky maybe, but...
Well, it's your art.
Yeah, it is. But I feel, you know, especially now I've been in the industry a long time, and so have most of the people that I work with, everyone's very good at their jobs. You know, people know what they're doing, and I think you can get the best out of people when you leave them to it. So, yeah, I'm not just talking about leaving my label to work out those details, but also, you know, like my friend Fen made my music videos, and I'm just like, you do it. You know, like the way that you think is good. When I get asked Te Kahureremo to do the artwork, I'm like, please do some artwork. You know, that's it. And then it comes back and it's amazing because they're already amazing what they do.
Yeah, I feel like since we last spoke, and that was around your album Beams, I feel like a lot of growth has happened. And whether it's been purposeful or you've been forced into it by the things that have happened in your life. But what I think I love about this album, and I wondered if, the release of it around Matariki was to sort of let go of the past in a sense. But you have had a couple of really intense years. Yes. Long COVID, the floods, you lost your home, which is hugely traumatic. But what I think I love so much about this album is that it's not a sad album. It's like uplifting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you've made some really good points there, and they're all correct. Like, yeah, my last album, which we spoke about in this room, that was necessarily a emotionally intensive album, and I felt like that was something I needed to do and I needed to speak to through my music. Because becoming a mother was so intense for me, and it is for everyone, and that's why I needed to do that, because I felt like it's always an important conversation and something to be honest about and stuff like that. This album is almost the opposite of that, you know, like I've moved through that and kind of I'm in a great place now, and I have so much fun making music. Like, is that weird to say? That's not weird to say. And I just wanted to really hone in on that aspect of it, because music's always been like emotional processing and that kind of stuff for me, and very cathartic, but I just wanted to really lean into this other aspect of it. And especially because I've got this great band who I get on with really well. We have such a good time, and I wanted it to really be a celebration of them as well. It's a much more collaborative record. The actual genesis of this album, if I'm honest, and if you want to hear the story.
Absolutely.
Is that my band and I played a set at the Māori Lands Film Festival closing night party, and I was like, okay, we're playing at this Maori party at this like closing night bash, we better like play all our most upbeat songs. And I didn't have that many. I don't have that many upbeat songs before this record, but it was fine. We had a great set, and it was really fun, and people enjoyed the set. Don't get me wrong, like it was good, and it was good vibes, and it was all great. But when we finished, the DJ put on "This Is How We Do It," bum, bum, and the dance floor just like filled up, and everyone was having such a good time, and I was like, I kind of want to make music people can do that too, like just have that kind of nice time too. Because I had a nice time listening to my songs, that's fine. But, I was like, I want to make music people can have that kind of nice time too. So, I feel like I've never really existed in that world.
Apart from when you DJ with Kara Ricard.
Yes,
Sorry.
apart from when me and Kara DJ and play all the greatest bangers from the 80s and 90s and not beyond. I love Te Whakamiha, my new album, because I feel like I've reached for that. Montel Jordan, this is how we do it.
I hear Prince, though. I hear Prince.
But Prince is there, definitely.
Yeah.
But I've landed somewhere in between, which is still genuine to me and what I've always done in music. I don't think it's like a far cry from what I've done before, but it kind of reaches for those aspirational, like, amazing music touchstones. And it lands somewhere quite unique, I think, for me. It's like, it's still a bit indie, but it's quite funky, but there's still some emotional processing in there as well. So, yeah, I'm really happy with it, and just whatever, it is what it is. Hopefully people like it.
I reckon. Anna, what does the album title, Te Whakamiha, mean?
It means the appreciation, whatever else. But the album title is kind of like a mihi to the great experience that I've had in music, in that journey, and in te reo Māori as well. And I feel like this album is kind of finally the proper meeting of those two things. It's bilingual. Some of the songs are all te reo, some of them aren't. Yeah, for me, this album is the proper meeting of those two journeys. And the album title is a mihi to my gratitude to those two journeys, which brought me to this place. But it's also a mihi to my band.
Because I called the Appreciations.
The Appreciations,
Oh,
yeah.
I love that. And the band, can you just confirm, Joel Mulholland, Finn?
Yeah, Finn Eichner on the drums and Mike Hall on the bass.
Of course.
Yeah. And Steph Brown, who is Finn's wife, is also a member of the Appreciations, but she can't always tour with us because her and Finn have two kids, so, It's like logistics.
Steph Brown is also known as Lips, who we play lots of music on Island too.
Yeah.
Very talented family. When I found out that you were releasing this new album, I think I was kind of relieved and kind of grateful myself, because I thought that you might not release music for a while because you were studying.
Yes. And I probably was saying, like, I'm not going to make another record, because I always say that, and now I might say the same thing now. But, I mean, it has been 4 years almost, so it's, I'm no Troy Kingy or LAB releasing an album every year. Like, I'm not rolling like that. But, I just do things when I can. Like, I really feel like, for me now, music has to be a nice time.
Yes.
Because it's changed so much, and there's so many aspects of being in the music industry that I don't like. And so I'm just always trying to engage less with those and more with the parts that I do like, because otherwise, what's the point?
Kia ora.
Yes.
I want to ask about your study, because are you studying law?
I'm studying law. I'm in my third year. It's and I love it.
What was your motivation for studying law? Is it for entertainment law, to help fellow musicians?
No, probably not that. But the law thing came about because I basically talked to a careers counsellor over the COVID period, because that was, we were all rethinking our life choices at that stage.
Yeah.
Right? So I think COVID was a bit of a lesson of how the rug can really be pulled out from under you, not just for musicians, for lots of people, I suppose, but it was a rare chance to kind of really think on what you're up to, what you want, that kind of thing. Yeah, I worked with a careers counsellor over a few different sessions, and long story short, that's just what came out of it. Like, I considered lots of different things, because I'd been feeling that calling for a while to do something else, and I just couldn't land on what it was. I'm quite indecisive at the best of times, so I couldn't kind of commit to one thing, but I felt like doing that process, even if I wasn't sure of the thing itself of like going to study law, at least I could feel sure that I'd been through a thorough process to make that decision. So I was like, okay, fuck it, I'll just do it. And so I'm doing it, and it's going really well, and I'm enjoying the study. I mean, lots of people who study law say, and then I just fell in love with the law. They talk about loving the law. Not me. I don't love the law, but I like to think about the way we do things as a society and the way power is wielded and how to account. And it's really interesting to me.
And do you think that's changed or influenced your songwriting?
To be honest, I haven't done a lot of songwriting since I started. I've only written a handful, so it has changed my songwriting in that I haven't been doing any. But also there's other reasons for that too, like losing the house, losing my guitar in the flood as well.
Losing your studio?
Losing my studio. Like we're in a different house now. I don't have a studio anymore. So
sorry, going back to guitar. Your beautiful, what colour was it?
My acoustic guitar.
Oh,
not my Rickenbacker. Yeah, that survived because it was up in the attic on a rack. It got wet on the bottom, but it's it's okay. It still works. But my acoustic was downstairs in the lounge, which was completely underwater. So
it's quite surreal. Well, how does it feel talking about that now?
It feels fine. Like I've kind of had quite incredible dissociation happening since it happened. Like
I bet.
Since the day. Like there's definitely some things I'm still working through there, but not on a conscious level. It's like when it rains really heavily, I know that there's still something there because I feel like my body has a reaction to prolonged heavy rain.
Because you're studying so much and, full-time study now, does that mean, would that limit you playing shows or touring?
Yeah, it does. And the other side of that is that I have long COVID, because that if I didn't understand any of this, and I've had it since the end of 2022 or start of 2023 apparently, but I didn't realise until the very end of last year. And I went and saw a physio who's working with me doing a bunch of stuff, most of it around breathing. And one of the things that she measured, and I couldn't actually believe it when she told me, was my diaphragm was severely weakened. So I'm like on a program trying to strengthen that, and that's quite an important part of singing.
Of course. So the long COVID has affected your singing greatly.
Yeah.
Of course, because they're sustaining the notes and even just performing a set is like a workout. Yeah.
So I did a gig at the start of this year, and it was fine. Like it was good, but it was hard, and I was real tired. Like I was really tired practicing for it, and then the days afterwards, and even I could really feel that I was having trouble kind of holding the notes and stuff. So but I am like on a program retraining. Like I've got this weird breathing machine that I have to do like a certain number of breaths in and in a certain technique to strengthen my diaphragm. But it's like the physio was like just about long COVID generally, not specifically about the diaphragm strength, but she was like, just so you know, we're talking about months, if not years, not weeks. Okay. She's like, this is not something that is resolved in weeks. It's like a long...
We're grateful for you and for your music and for your band as well.
Yes.
I want to play Honeyback now because this just came out and I love it.
Thank you.
So tell us about this song before we play it. Is there any sort of story to how it came about?
Yeah. Okay. So this song started with a kind of beat that I'd made, and then the bass line, which I really loved, and I was like, this is cooking, this is nice. And the lyric was kind of inspired by a friend who was having a tough time in a relationship, and it was a tough time anyway for everyone, and I just really felt for her and just wanted to kind of big her up, and so that's where the chorus comes from. Take your honey back, my friend. Don't let that clown land again. He's a wasp. But cutting, and partly because that is so quite a harsh lyric, I ended up writing the second verse from the perspective of dude, not specifically that situation anymore. It kind of became more abstract and just kind of like made up scenario. But I sort of wanted to get across the other side, which ended up kind of being about, best way to say this, but kind of like hurt people. It's kind of like this person acknowledging, like, I know I haven't been good enough, I've got some things I need to work through, kind of thing, to give you, I know you deserve better, like that kind of thing. And I knew it needed to be a duet, and I was like, oh, Troy's an actor. he likes playing characters, and I sent him the song. I was like, oh, you gotta like be the stink guy that's, you know, like, can you play that? And he was like, yes, I'm into it. So yeah, it was really good of him to come on board, and I just think he sounds so good on there as well, because it's quite a woozy, like, you know, sounding track, and it just seemed like kind of his style anyway. So yeah.
Anna Coddington, thanks for coming in. And I'm definitely going to be thinking of Anna anytime I hear "This is how we do it." Now go and listen to Te Whakamiha, her brand new album, and make sure you follow this podcast and share it with all your friends. Take care until next time.